Hi, my name's David Odell with Odell Complete Concrete. What we're going to do here is a little RV concrete pad. What happened was he's got your typical driveway, 2-car garage, 16 foot wide, which isn't big enough, for your 2 cars and, a trailer or any kind of RV or recreational vehicle. So instead of storing it for $300 a month or whatever it might cost, he decided, it makes sense to put a slab in the front yard since we're drought anyway, and we can get rid of some of this grass and you don't have to water it, and now you can park an RV on it and save you $300 of the RV parking plus save the watering fee. So we're going to put some concrete in right here just to put this trailer on. Basically, this guy's getting ready to retire. He's got himself a travel trailer. He's getting ready to roll on retirement day and do some sightseeing, basically. So we're putting an RV pad in here so he has a place to put the thing without having to pay some astronomical storage fee. So here's what we got. We got grass here. We're going to dig it out. I got some string lines up. I already set one form on one side. That way we can dig out exactly what we need without over digging or under digging. We have some kind of a guideline to follow. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to try to match basically the grade that's already here on both sides, which is the lawn, the existing lawn. We did have one sprinkler in this scope of work that we had to cap off, and we did that, and that was right down here in the corner. So I'm loading all this up into the dump trailer, which I own. They're also easily, you can rent them in a lot of places, dump trailers. Tow behind anything 250 or up. I like this. I got an aluminum ramp off of a U-Haul truck, so it's 30 inches wide, it's 12 feet long. Really nice ramp for running stuff up. I got it let's see, I used one, so it was really reasonable. So here we are grading the dirt. I just dropped my 2x4 down and put a couple cleats on the end, just to hang it over the top of my other forms, and then I just drag it down. And there's the sprinkler that I had to cap off. When I do a cap, I like to get all the way down to the 40 schedule before I put a cap. I don't like to cap, on those little wiggly ends, where it's kind of Mickey Mouse, loose, and breakable. I get down to the PVC hard stuff and then I cap it. Here we are. I elected just to wheel this one in here because it was a straight shot, easy wheeling. Not only that, but I got some nice big rock in here, 3/4. It's actually 1 inch minus, you could call it, but I like to call it 3/4 inch. So, and I put let's see what PSI. I went 3,000 PSI, and I went 1% polar set to kick it off. There's no rebar in this. I mean, when you go with the big rock, you can get away from the rebar and that kind of stuff a little bit more. If you get that pea gravel, man, it has a tendency to crack, and it's kind of weak because the rocks are so small. So you got to put some reinforcement stuff in there. But on this particular mix design here, you can, you got a lot more options. A little harder in your placement because you're dealing with heavier material to move it around, but in the end, you get a better product with 3/4 rock, no doubt about it. We're running all the tools, the typical tools. We run our 3.5 foot bull float magnesium. I run my 2.5 inch deep cutter for my joints. I follow that up with a 3/4 inch deep 1/2 inch radius joiner. I got a 1/2 inch walking edge or 10-inch wide. I run old Big Blue, which is just a hybrid of a basic Fresno. I threw a rocker on there so I could reach out a little bit further. Got a little bit more weight than your typical Fresno, which I like because it really lays it down flat. There's your basic joiner. I'm going through this with I've already hit it with my 2.5 inch deep, which breaks that rock apart. See, once you get the rock broken apart underneath, you could even come back through this thing with a 1/4 inch deep and it's still gonna crack there. Even if you didn't come through it with nothing at all and you already ran that 2.5 incher and you just creamed right over the top and broomed it like it wasn't there, it would still crack straight. But we just kind of clean it up a little bit. Now we're whipping the Fresno over it. I run a funny float. I don't know. No, I didn't run the funny float on this one. I just run Big Blue. Anyway, we're going to go around this thing by hand just on the edges. It's really not necessary. I got a really good quality concrete mix design here, and it's real easy to finish. So knee boarding it and sliding it, it's not real necessary in this particular situation. I'm going to get exactly what I want with the funny trowel, and it's going to be more than adequate for anything we're going to be doing in this particular project. And basically what we're going to do is just whip it, run all your walker tools, and then we're going to broom it. So anyway, concrete material is the key to success. So if you want good product, you got to start with good materials, because you can't make bad materials good. It's just like trying to make chuck steak in New York. It just won't happen. Anyway, speaking of chuck steak, converting it to New York, I've used a lot of different concrete companies in my 30 years experiences through about 3 different states. And the worst company I've ever had to deal with as far as quality and services, I would have to say, is Robertson's Ready Mix. And you just don't want to go through them if you want good quality material. If you want to just do bulk and lay it down, blow and go, that's great. But when you're trying to do custom stuff and make people happy, you want good quality. And I currently go with Bender Ready Mix, and they seem to work real good for me. Here's your brooming technique. I got your basic horsehair poly mix nylon that keeps the horsehair straight, and you get a nice fine finish with it. I'm going to strip this thing the same day, take the forms off, backfill it, wrap it up. Yeah, I was fortunate on this job. I ordered what it called for. I didn't get short loaded, which in some cases, if you're not using the right company, you could get a short load, because they rely on short load fees, to cover whatever overhead or whatever deficiency they may have in their yardage charge. But you get what you order when you go through the good companies. Anyway, thank you very much. This is David Odell. Call me if you have any questions or comments, or just email me. Subscribe, because you're going to see a lot of good stuff up here. It just keeps coming non-stop. Thank you. Bye.